Okay, for you guys that don't know, this is your Oklahoma City Pop Corner Con panel room. This is your House of Thousand Corpses panel with Robert Mukes. Everybody give a round of applause. My job for entertaining y'all is over with. That red carpet is here for y'all to ask questions. He's going to talk and tell his stories and do whatever he wants, but in the meantime, I want y'all to be thinking about questions so y'all can be there to ask him when he gets ready for it, all right? Promise? Pinky promise. Okay, trust y'all.
You just pinky promised him. That means you have to have one question.
One question.
At least one. I'll take 2 or 3.
Yeah, whatever you guys want, man. We appreciate you coming to the show and keeping horror alive. Thank you.
The floor is yours, brother. If you want to tell a story.
Go ahead, guys. House of a Thousand Corpses. This is Rob Zombie's first movie. Are there any questions out there? Well, that was quick, man.
No, listen. I have a question. There's a microphone right here. I need you to come stand on the red carpet and ask me. Oh, come on.
You guys, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, we're going to
Did you ever get to meet Rob Zombie?
Yeah, he was a director, so like when you work on a movie or a television show or a commercial, the director kind of tells you what to do and then you do it and then they analyze it and see if you want to do it any differently or if they want you to do it any differently. So yeah, of course, yeah, we were working together for like a month. I worked like 3 weeks out of the 5 weeks of the movie was shot. Yeah, so he was super cool and mellow and I had a great time. Thank you. Thanks for the question.
Good question.
Anyone else?
Oh yeah, we have one. For sure. We've been partners.
I just wanted to ask, how did you get like involved with the film?
With acting?
Yeah, just like acting and then with the Rob Zombie.
Rob Zombie's film? Rob Zombie's film was just, I had an audition and for Rufus Jr. and I booked it. And then how I got into acting, I was living in LA playing in basketball summer leagues. And then I did 5 years in Europe in high school and college. And ironically enough, I played basketball in a small town, Durant. After Dennis Rodman went to the pros, I kind of replaced him, but I didn't run and jump like him, so the coach was upset with me. But anyway, I went to Europe. I played basketball in summer leagues in Los Angeles, and that's kind of how I got into acting, doing the basketball commercials and stuff. And then that led to television shows and then movies. Yeah, so that's kind of how it all started, just being a basketball guy.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you for the question. Oklahoma, I love it here, but it gets hot in the summertime. Yeah, I'm excited to go for a steak dinner. I mean, it has to be better than California. We don't really have any cool steaks.
I got put here.
Yeah, I see that. Yeah. Anyone else? Thanks for coming to the horror time, guys. OKC 4. Yay.
Are you and Bill mostly good friends?
We're buddies, yeah, we work together. Like everyone, I was just telling someone earlier, like everyone downstairs from the Super Pros, Dave Sheridan, Ari, first Jason guy, like we do cons together. And so it's someone human nature to start vibing with somebody. If you're polite and they're polite, then you guys start liking each other. So Bill and I did House of a Thousand Corpses together and we shared scenes together. So, you know, we're not BFFs or anything. I have a motorcycle, he doesn't, stuff like that. We have different personalities, but we're cool with each other. We like each other. I admire his acting. When I started doing more creepy stuff, I would think of, I like the scene in House of a Thousand Corpses where he comes out of the house with a gun and he itches his stomach. Like it's like just so casual. If she kills someone, it's like he does it every day. And I thought that was kind of cool. And then Shout Top. That character was amazing in Texas Chainsaw Massacre too. He just destroyed that character. So yeah, we're cool. We like each other.
She's like, I have a one-on-one conversation.
Yeah.
Was House of a Thousand Corpses like your first like spooky movie that you did?
It was actually, and I've done quite a few since. That's a good question. But so my sister goes to church, right? And I did when I was younger, but then kind of a bad boy too, and I get in trouble a little bit. But I try to keep it Christian, oriented in my daily posture, but I'm not good with the whole turning the cheek of myself. Whatever. So after I read the script, I told my sister about it. I'm like, man, you know, what are your thoughts on maybe I'll go to hell if I do all this? She said, no, it's art, you should do it. And so on and so forth. So I had to get approval from my sister. And since then, now I'm doing independent movies, oh my gosh. And now that I'm maturing, I'm becoming more of a lead actor. So there's this movie, Last Chance Motel, where I got to get the main bad guy, not just the bodyguard bad guy. And it's weird, man. Pretending like it's true, like a method actor. And being tough on guys is pretty easy because they kind of generally talk shit back to you and resist you. So then it's easy to be meaner because they're not going along with the program or whatever you're doing to them. But women beg you to stop in movies. They're like, please don't you do this, no. And then you're pretending like you enjoy that. And so Last Chance Motel, I killed and tortured 2 women. And one night on the way home, a tear went down my cheek. And I was like, damn. Because she was, you know, being a great actor, crying and everything, and I'm pretending like I like it. And then when it's over, I'm like, wow, that's weird. So, yeah.
I think it was good that it was weird.
Yeah.
That's good.
It's weird being an actor because you kind of want to hypnotize yourself into thinking that it's real, but obviously, physically, you can't, you know, stab someone or cut whatever, you have special effects thing. And so you kind of like distance yourself from the actual act, but your spirit is like you doing it, like you like it, and it's weird being that way. Yeah, so I listen to like Jeffrey Dahmer, Hillside Strangers, documentaries and stuff. Before I do it. I kind of psych myself out and do that shit. Yeah, it's weird.
It's a good question, too.
Yeah. Thank you. Yay! I like the Adidas pants. I like to share it.
Oh, you kind of a little bit answered, or not? Kind of gave me a little bit of point of view on it, but since movies are kind of swaying further away from like more, like my question.
No, don't worry, take your time. It's all good.
If they're kind of moving more towards like CGI and like computer generated states, like to do like the blood spray stuff like that, point moving further away from more practical movies, like a lot of the initial run for that House of Thousand Corpses had a lot of practical stuff in it, and I was just seeing what you preferred, whether you like working more with practical effects or if you like working more with like the newer post-edit.
Right. That's a good question. The practical stuff that makes it feel more real.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
100%. Like it feels like, and then you psych yourself up into thinking that it is real. So then I feel like the performance is a little bit more authentic. But for most actors, we have to audition for the roles that we book. And so we get used to pretending like it's real anyway. Like we have to pretend like everything is real. Like whatever you're doing, you have to pretend like whoever's reading with you is the other character. You have to pretend like the scene is there. You have to, you know, pretend like you can smell the woods. And this is really getting deep into method acting. And psych yourself up into thinking that it's real. And there's just like a white cloth behind you and a little, you got your cell phone sitting sideways. Most auditions are done from home and then you send them in. And then the person reading with you. So when it's green screen or whatever, we're kind of used to it, but that's kind of how I think of it as like, it's just an audition, but you just pretend like it's real. And so we're used to doing that for the most part. Some people don't have to audition, they're just rock stars and they do it, you know, whatever.
Thank
You're welcome.
Proud of you.
You were talking about the whole tear down your cheek and that whole bit, like on the way home. How hard is it for you after putting yourself in that place and doing all that pretending? How long and what do you do to try and come back out of that?
That's good. My first hands-on gross thing, and it was really gross. My short-term goal is to be as popular as a Terrifier guys, and to be the lead in that, right? So that's like a short-term goal. And then I had a major responsibility with my daughters, and now they're just really doing top-level shit. So they've exceeded my expectations and my status as far as being successful and whatever. And so with that said, it's going to be my turn now. I'm going to live in the gym and get more buff and sober now. So my auditions will go better. But my main goal is to fight Spider-Man or Batman in a big major movie. So with that said, backing up to my short-term goal, I want to do something super creepy like the Terrifier thing. And I did this movie called Locked In. You guys can give it a look, but play the stereo in the background or something because the guy did. And these independent films, sometimes they mess up on various things from lighting to whatever it may be. And this movie, the sound was horrible. I don't know what happened. He had a sound guy, but he wasn't feeling very well. And the sound came out horrible. But that movie, I was really disgusting. In that movie, I had like a rape scene and the lady's pregnant. I gave her a C-section and was cell fetus. It was dark. So when I read that script, I felt kind of weird because I read it multiple times so I can remember what I'm doing. So before we shot it, I felt weird for like 2 weeks that I was going to be that guy, right? I'm like, God, it's weird. And then I started thinking, when I'm in public, I would think, dang, like, if she was a mom, everybody needs maybe I can grab her. And there's a little space back there where I can maybe do something back to her, right? So shit like that started going through my mind, thinking about being the guy, right? So I'm like, shit, this is weird, right? So then I shot the movie, and there was this torture room that we used, and then towards the end, we kind of shot it in order a little bit. When my last victim escaped, and I had to chase her to the woods and through this creek and everything to the farmhouse, it was like a farm situation. I saw the barn where we were doing where I was doing all the torturing and everything. And I felt so relieved that I didn't have to go back in there. I was like, God dang it, man, that was horrible. So I was in there for like 5 days, shooting stuff. I killed like 3 women and 1 guy, and I was torturing them. I had them tied up and eating cockroaches. I would wait till they got super hungry and everything, whatever. And it was just horrible. So it's strange, man. So for a couple of weeks before it, and then it was a major relief when I didn't have to go back into that barn because I just felt like, Jesus Christ. Because you really have to pretend like you enjoy it. Hard to clown. It seems like he really likes doing that, taking that lady upside down and saw her in half and, peekaboo with her and all that. So that's kind of how I do it. It's just, I guess I shouldn't be sharing this with you guys. I'm salty inside. It feels weird doing that, man. It feels weird. But I do it. I'm going to do it. I do it again. Yeah. Looking forward to doing it again. Thank you for the question.
See how fun this is when you guys get involved?
Yeah, it's weird. You ever do a movie, you have to be mean. It's weird. Especially being mean to guys, at least. I was kind of like that when I was young. I was raised in a rough neighborhood, so I was bullied when I was younger, and then I kind of tried to do a little bit of that myself. And it's stupid, but yeah. So it's easier to be that way with women than men. Kind of feel sorry for them, right? Yeah. Anyone else? No.
Oh, are you coming prepared? We got a question.
During House of a Thousand Corpses, was there a time or a scene where everyone just did kind of click like, oh wow, this is going to be something huge? And kind of on the flip side of that, was there a time whenever y'all were like, wow, is the studio really going to let us go this far with it?
It was one of my first projects, so I never really thought about the studio aspect of it, right? I mean, they let us do it. They just financially supported the movie, and we're shooting it on their lot, so I never thought that once he got finished with it and showed it to the top people that they didn't like it. So I never thought about that. But as far as clicking, people were saying that it was going to be what it is, but this is going to be a cult classic and all that positive stuff. But that happens on other stuff too. like whenever you shoot, most people are pumped about whatever they shoot, whatever they film. They're like super excited about it. House of a Thousand Corpses, I didn't think it was going to be edited the way it was. So I was thinking it was just going to be more of a Devil's Rejects, more of a straight story, as opposed to all the music and stuff. And I was only on the set on my days. So when I saw the movie, I'm like, whoa. And I didn't really understand it initially. And I thought, wow, because I never understood comedy and horror. So speaking of Bill earlier, I didn't really get Texas Chainsaw Massacre until I understood House of a Thousand Corpses. And that didn't happen until I took Rob Zombie's advice and said it was an effed up movie for effed up people. So a friend of mine that loved the movie, and I was single and taking dates to the movie, and it was just an awesome date, right? But I'm like, what's going on here with the channel changing at the beginning of the movie, the random black guy that says help the airplane going across the sky. I'm like, well, where's the connection? You kind of get disconnected, right? And then, so my buddy that loved the movie, and I got wasted, like top shelf, everything, like 4 different ingredients. So like I was like, I took a beer into the movie theater, and then I watched it, and I was like, oh my God, this is amazing, right? And then after that, watching horror movies that have Texas Chainsaw Massacre, I'm like, that's brilliant. Evil Dead, man, I thought that was so stupid. But it's funny, it's good. So, I thought it would be different. It came out fantastic. It turned into a cult classic. I think the songs, Red Hot Pills Liquor, and then the theme, the title, House of a Thousand Corpses song that are fairly popular for Rob. I think that kind of keeps it going along too. And then he goes into and replays the song in the videos and everything. So I think that's part of it. And the editing is so campy. The set direction, the stuff in the background, you can push pause, or I've done that. And like everything in the background, we have beautiful costumes, but just the stuff in the background is pretty awesome and creepy. Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Awesome.
House of a Thousand Corpses. How many times have you guys seen the movie? What's the top number here? Some people are around. How many times? Once, that's it? You gotta get fucked up and watch it. It's unbelievable, right? You watch it more often if you get wasted and watch it.
Hey, Brandon, we would get to start an event the next time we come. We just, get amped up and watch House of a Thousand Corpses.
All right, let's do it.
Top is it, and then you get the top show later too. So you can take a puff and have a beer as well.
Oh, yeah.
Forget about it.
That's right.
Forget about it. What were you gonna say? More than once? 5 times? Something like that. I've been signing for over 10 years. I think 12 years. It's a 10-year anniversary. And some people are like 100 times. And one guy said he was on his, back when DVDs were popular 5 years ago, and then before that, I would ask how many times people would say it. So like, I don't know, man, I'm on my second DVD. I'm like, seriously? And so the DVD gets hot and breaks down. So I don't know how many times that takes watching a movie. One guy said he was on his 3rd DVD. I'm like, dude, what do you do for a living? Do you ever leave the house? Like, we have a tattoo shop, and it just plays in the background. We like listening to it. I was like, oh, okay, that makes sense. So they're on the 3rd DVD.
That's awesome. If you guys don't mind, I'll ask them a question that you guys got Mike Garrison. Hey, what's some movies that you've been in that you might not know about? I know you mentioned one a while ago. What's some movies that you've been in that you might not know about that you might want to go watch?
I think, and now it hasn't came out yet, but Danielle Harris and Hamilton Taylor Scott directed it. This lady named Heather, I don't know her last name, but she's in Freddy Krueger movies. I think the 2nd or 3rd one. But it's called Last Chance Motel. It has a bigger budget, and it should be pretty creepy. It's getting some juice from Fangoria and a couple other horror magazine stuff. So they've announced it. And I just did ADR work on it. There was a train in the background sometimes, or whatever, and I did the sound over on a couple scenes, and that should be pretty amazing. Last Chance Motel should be going out this spring. Give that a shot, guys.
Awesome.
But the indie stuff, it's just hard for it to be good because there's so many variables. Terrifier, the first one, that came out fantastic. Those guys hit magic, you know, and just kept going. The budget got bigger and better actors, etc. So it's hard to do low level stuff, but I've done a few things that are fairly popular. The last 10 years have been super popular with my daughters, but now they're young adults, so I have more time, and yeah, that's that. So we'll see. Cross your fingers for me. I'm like 61, so I'm gonna live in the gym, do like 6 hours a day, and have more time for that. And I think that should make a difference with the film and performances, being fit and ripped, and give it another good push. I have a big agency that I'm always doing stuff. Christopher Nolan is doing Charlie's Tale in Europe, and I got invited. I'm on hold to go to that party, and that would be a big red carpet Hollywood event. So I got a good guy that submits when he should. I've just been kind of fat and exhausted lately, but now that my daughter is, my second daughter is becoming more independent, I'll have more time for the business. And that would be just taking better care of myself and having more time to do so. So, yeah. That's it, man. That's all I got. I'm just a dude, right?
Cool, dude.
That's right. Yeah. Well, guys, I've got some beautiful prints from House of a Thousand Corpses downstairs on my table. If you're interested in taking a look, no obligation buying them. Pretty good. But it's a pleasure coming to Oklahoma. I'm looking forward to finding a nice steakhouse dinner. It gotta be fresh here. I mean, the cows are right across the street, right? Instead of being shipped over to California, I get it right here. Let me fresh, right?
That's right.
Yeah.
Let's still be bleeding.
That's right. Well, thank you guys. Thanks for coming to the show. OKC Horror Con has been amazing for me thus far. Rod, the owner, is super cool, and I appreciate you guys.
All right. Round of applause, everybody.